We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those.
Something big about to happen. I hear the beat tapping. We some fly rhyming felines rapping on the track. Better yet, grab a gat, cause we hot like Enzo. Doors closed, windows up, cause that's the way we like to ride. Windy City hitting. Check mic 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. What's up, y'all? And welcome back to another episode of Speak Your Mind Radio. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Miss Hip Hop, aka Queen Star. And that new intro was produced by David's Morning Drive podcast. Shout out to David for making that dope prelude. All right, y'all. So today we have a really beautiful R&B artist with us by the name of Sandy C. How you doing, Sandy?
Good. How you doing, Star Queen?
I'm doing good, girl. So why don't you tell the listeners where you're from and how you get down?
Right now I've been rocking in Reno, Nevada for a long time. So that's where I've been at. Don't plan on leaving for a while. And I like to do pretty much every kind of music we can think of, you know. I'm down for everything.
Oh, that's what's up. I like that. I didn't know you were in Nevada either.
Yeah, we're the dry state.
I like that. A city that never sleeps. I got to visit like out there one day and everything. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Sandy, I like to start off all of my shows with an icebreaker question for the artist. So, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. What's the greatest bit of advice you've been given and why?
Man, that's a hard question.
Well, think of it as in terms of like somebody giving you some good advice for like your music or something, music career.
My producer one time told me that people, like, he wouldn't have invested his time in me, so that I need to stop thinking that I'm not worth it.
Whoa, yeah.
If people are investing their time into you, to listen to you, or to even be around you, to hang out with you, time isn't just freely given. You know what I mean? People have to schedule you in sometimes, depending on their lives. And so it's like, stop taking advantage and thinking like, oh, I'm not worth anybody's time. It's like, you're here with me.
Right.
And I think you're worth it.
Right.
And, you know, and the same thing with when it comes to artists and music. It's like, you want to sit there in a studio or whatever and be like, ugh, why am I doing this? Because I'm not even good enough, you know? And he's like, excuse me? Like, I wouldn't be working so hard on you if you weren't good enough.
Wow.
So for me, like, that really boosted up, like, because I'd have a hard time, you know. Artists always go through it. They don't think they're good enough. And so I go through that, and he's like, hey, wait a minute. You're here, aren't you?
That was a friendly reminder, right?
Yeah, that was some good advice. Reminds me of it every time. So, yeah.
Well, shout out to your producer for giving that spot on advice to you, because that was really great. That was an eye opener. That was really prophetic. I like that. So
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so Sandy, you're breaking into a world where R&B, short for rhythm and blues, has been lying low and even considered dead in a sense. But after listening to your tracks, girl, you really brought back life into this particular genre of music. So how did you like develop your skills of singing and writing your own music?
Well, for the singing, I've always grew up kind of singing. I was like a worship leader for a long time, but like recent stuff, my producer, he's also a vocal coach, and he's also an incredible pianist. So I suggest, like, anybody who wants to do singing but thinks that they can't sing, do some voice lessons, and you will see that anybody can actually sing.
Wow.
And you just got to learn it, you know what I mean? You got to learn your voice and learn how to hit the keys, and you know what I mean? So working with my producer for these last few years has really opened me up vocally. But my lyrics and stuff, I don't know, it's just, I'm kind of like you. You're definitely into poetry. I know that. And so I'm a poet as well. Like, I have poems, but I like to transform poems into music. Or it's funny, I actually write a lot of my songs in a rap.
Really?
And then I sing it. Yeah.
Dang, that's so cool. That's kind of like what I do. So that's why I'm like, I'm really vibing with you right now, because I hear you. I see you. That's dope.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm like, I mean, I know you had Elegant Speech earlier on your show, and that's my sister, but she can rap. Like, I definitely, I have a hard time getting, like, to be fast like that. She can go hard.
Right.
For me, it's like, I'm like more of a slow, smooth rapper in a sense, but like, I definitely like to do singing a lot more. And I mean, people want to say R&B is dead or dying, but I feel like a lot of people have been bringing it up. Like her, she's really big right now.
Yeah, that's
she's
true.
Huge. And like, she's bringing up that R&B real big right now.
Okay, I see you. Excuse me. That's dope though. I like that. I love it. Damn, we have so much in common. But okay. So you're currently working on 2 projects for your fans, and I want to talk about some of the fire tracks I heard of your art.
Okay.
All right. So Feel Alive is one song I really like. And the reason why I like it is because it's like, you know, it's like a chilled song, and it's kind of like a reggae feel, like you know, that vibe and that tune, and it reminds me of like chilling, you know, on an isolated island with drinks in your bay. You know what I'm saying? And
hell yeah, I love that song. That's one of my favorites too.
I love it too, because it's just that natural vibe, and you know, I would definitely pop this joint in during the smoke session.
Hell yeah, dude. That song is one of my favorite songs. It's a reggae feel. Definitely check that out if you haven't. But that's the thing, is I want to do every single genre. So I want to do reggae. I want to do. I'm working on with my brother. He's a rocker, so I want to do a rock album. I want to do like every genre. So I don't like when people want to put me into a category in a sense, but R&B is my heart. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I want to do it all. So I like to bring diversity, for sure. I love that track.
Diversity. Bring diversity. I love that, through your identity. I like that. Okay. So like, what was, like, tell me about the writing process for that song, Feel Alive. Like, I mean, like, how did you choose the beat, and what was like going through your head when you were writing the lyrics?
That song, that came from, his name is Anno Domino or something like that. He put out like, oh, you can get all of these beats. He's a big Grammy Award winner beat maker. So he threw out all these beats, and he's like, hey, if you pay this amount, I'll give you like all these beats or whatever. So that's how I got that. I just paid it a little bit. It was like $7, super cheap. So I was like, heck yeah, I'll use that. And so I got like a stack load of beats and music, and that one right there, I don't know, it just made me come alive.
Definitely.
And it's funny because like, for me, Feel Alive, I wrote it basis of like what makes you feel alive. For me, it's music, and people want to take that song and think that it's about smoking weed or whatever. But if you actually really listen to the lyrics, I'm talking about how the music makes me feel alive. But I don't want it to be music is what makes me feel alive. I want you to feel alive in what makes you feel alive.
I love it.
So
that's art.
So if smoking weed makes you feel alive, then this is your fucking jam for that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But I wrote it in a vague process of like, I just want to talk about things that make me feel alive, but I know people are going to take it in their own way, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want to say music specifically. I wanted to be very vague about what I was kind of saying, because I want you, you know, when I'm like in the car and I hear an amazing song or a song I love, I just feel like I'm flying, you know, I just feel good, you know, you just cruising, and it's that feeling that I wanted to capture with that. It's, you know, my hook, I say flying high, so people think, you know, you're smoking weed. But in reality, for me specifically, it's about like when you're just flying high in music, like, or whatever you're passionate in, art, if you're painting, you know what I mean? If this is what is your drug, you know, like that's what that song represents for me. And when I wrote that song, I do all these like, oh no, you know what I mean? Like just go up and off. I just kind of going off. It didn't even really need some lyrics in some parts, and that's because it just opened me up to feel free, and that's why I wanted to express that on that song.
Wow, that was a nice rundown of the song in general, and you guys got to hear this song. I'm telling you, it makes you feel alive in some way that what she just said, whatever way you wanted to make you feel alive. For her, it was the music. For me, it was everything else.
Yeah, like whatever makes you feel good, that's what it's about.
That is so freaking true. I love that. Okay, so let's talk about another banger you had on the album. Well, not the album yet, but on the roster. It was called Rowdy Dirty, and it was featuring the one and only Elegant Speech. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And this is definitely, for me, it was a party song. Like, you know, you turn up, driving to the club, and I love when Elegant Speech says, if we ain't starting a riot in this bitch, I'm disinterested. That shit was so fucking funny. I'm like, yes, girl, yes. That's why it was a party song. So, like, Sandy, tell me, what was your inspiration for this joint? Like, literally.
Actually, me and Elegant Speech wrote that song together.
Cool.
So, like, I got that beat from my buddy. His name is DJ Mint. Shout out to him. He's amazing. He, you know, I go and I buy some of his beats, and that's where I got that. And I just wanted to, it's definitely a club feel song. You know what I mean? The beat is all club feel. Like, sometimes you just have to go with the subject of the music that it plays for you. So, you know, I presented it to Elegant Speech, and I said, hey, like, I really want to do a club feel. I just, you know, I'm just like so jazzed about it. I don't even know where to start. And so we kind of just built the hook together, and then we just built our verses from there. And yeah, I think it's one of the first songs like we ever really kind of like wrote together in a room.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I mean, we sorry, we wrote our verses separately, but we wrote the hook together.
Oh, well, you guys did an amazing job on that joint. Like, I really liked it a lot, because like I said, it reminded me of just like the pregame and part, like before you go to the club, you like getting ready, getting dressed, the music blasted, you know.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
It really is. Okay, so I want to also talk to you about your track called Hopeless Romantic. Girl, this song actually kind of like reminded me of something that Katy Perry was saying. And you talk about in this particular song, like finding bad luck with love. And you even say, dream of a world where lies are less attractive. I mean, don't we all? Shit.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I know like many people who tend to wear their heart etched on their sleeve. So like, I totally get it and everything. But like, what experience helped you to create such a relatable song?
For me, that song, I just like, I don't know, like people always feel like, I mean, I know for me specifically, like that's a really like song I feel like had to do with me and like my family and stuff, in the sense of like, we are always getting kicked down. Like we can never get up in life. Like everything is always tumbling down. It's never just not, you know? It was never just everything's okay.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, you know, life is just continuously going at you.
Yes.
And that's kind of like why I like wanted to do Hopeless Romantic for the name and the song, is because people think it's going to be a love song.
Mm-hmm.
But really it's about how you're hopeless romantic about a better life.
Yes.
You're hopelessly dreaming of a better life. And then these people, you know, it talks about like where people say, oh, just think of good things and good things will happen. And it's like, okay, I'm totally down for like thinking good things and changing your mindset. I'm always down for that.
Mm-hmm.
But don't live in a fantasy that's your reality, because
right.
It's not.
Right.
And for me, that's what it was, is like, you know, my reality is always worse than what I fantasize about, and it's just it sucked all the time.
That's
and
true.
So it's like, that's what that was about. Like, I'm a hopeless romantic, like dreaming of a better life, and dreaming where like all these lies are less attractive, not just the lies that people tell you, but the lies in your own life.
I heard that.
You know? And so it's like, okay, you could tell someone you're doing good, but it's like, if you're actually being real, you're having a horrible time, you know? And it's just pretty much like the realness of life. It's
yes.
like, you know, when something good happens, then like you're going, ooh, something good happened. This has happened to me all the time. I think this to myself, oh, life is so good right now. And then wham, something worse would happen.
Yeah.
Just worse.
Yeah.
It would always get worse. And
yes.
like, that's what that song for me was about, is like when good things would start happening, something worse was in plan, you know?
Wow.
So
well, yeah, that song right there, the way you just explained it, like, I totally get that, because life, it does come after you, like, and it doesn't stop. Like, nothing's ever smooth, you know, and just smooth. If life was easy, everybody would be good, you know?
Right.
So yeah.
That's true.
Very true. I want to actually talk to you about the solo joint that you did. It's called Nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's super litty, okay? And I'm serious, like, oh baby, I love this song because, look, you have plenty of soul when you sing. And this song was like about, for me, like a man who's been hurt before, and he doesn't like easily trust, but you reassure him through the ballads you sing that you ain't going nowhere. So
exactly, that's exactly what the song is about.
Yeah, because you've been there before. And like, I love when you say, what'd you say? I'll be your Superman in your bad dreams. I'll fly you higher than you can see. Like, that's just dope all together, Sandy. Like, I mean, I'm serious, because you just, people don't realize, like, yeah, guys they have feelings too, you know what I'm saying? They cry and they become bitter. Like, some women become bitter from like bad love spells or whatever, or bad romances. And you're here being innocent with your pure heart, saying, baby, I understand you. I've been there before. I'm here to protect you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Sometimes you just need somebody to hold you down, you know?
Yeah, hold you down, definitely. And you held it down for those particular men out there that understand that they got feelings, like I said, you know? But,
yeah.
What's the main thing you want your fans and your followers to take from this particular song when they listen to it?
Because when I wrote that song, that was like a new relationship kind of starting. And so from that song, it might not even be a new relationship, but you need to understand that when you're in a relationship with someone, you're not just in a relationship with this person, you're also in a relationship with everything they have in their past.
Amen.
So, you know, some of them have to sort through their baggage. see, the difference is if they're actually willing to.
Exactly.
If they're not willing to, then maybe you need to step away and walk away if they don't want to change.
Yes.
But the thing is, it's like, you have to like realize when you get with somebody, you're having to deal with everything that they've been going through. Mm-hmm. Trust issues, hurt, pain, you know what I mean? And then not even to mention not just relationships, but maybe stuff happened in their family or stuff happened to them in their life. Like, you're getting together with them in all aspects. So like, for me, it's like, no matter what's happening, like, if you're willing to work on this, then I'm willing to stay. You know, it's like, you have trust issues. Okay, then let's continue trying until I can hush your issues. You know what I mean?
Yes, girl. Yes.
And it's like, but the thing is if they're not willing to try and trust you, then maybe if trust is what you need in a relationship, because it is, mm-hmm. and they're not even trying to trust you and they just continue, and it's been like 2-3 years, you know, maybe you should probably think about that they're not going to change. But if you can be the quiet in their head about, hey, you can trust me, mm-hmm. then maybe that can help them step forward into trying to change to become somebody that trusts you. And somebody that can trust other people. Like, we're not just in relationships to be together, we're also in relationships to change each other's lives.
Yes. Yes. Say that
so it's
again.
Like, we're not in relationships just to be together, but we're also in relationships to change each other's lives.
Exactly.
Because honestly, it's like, there's a reason why you're with this person. Mm-hmm. And like I'm saying, don't take it as, because there are some really toxic people and really toxic relationships.
I agree.
Those are facts.
Yep.
But if you know you are with somebody who is good and they're willing to fight to be together and fight to change and fight to, you know, do this whole thing, then be the quiet in their storm and say, hey, I'm gonna be here. Don't worry. You're so worried about losing this and that, and you're worried about losing me because you're chaotic right now. But realize, I'm going to be here. I'm not going anywhere.
Wow.
And that's really what that song was. And honestly, that song is a reflection of me.
Yeah.
I wrote that song, how I was feeling, and I just, like, I got into this relationship. I had trust issues. Mm-hmm. I was the one who had trust issues because every other person I was with cheated on me.
Right.
And so I had the trust issues, and they're just like, look, I'm not going anywhere. Right. I'm like, so stop trying to chase them away.
Girl, you was on point today, honey. Oof, yes, you just was speaking to my little soul. Okay. So I want to, girl, I actually want to play a snippet of it on air for all the listeners out there. So is that cool with you, Sandy?
Yeah, please do.
All right, let's get to it, guys. This right here is called Nowhere by Sandy C. Let's get it.
I said I ain't going nowhere, no.
Yes, honey. That's my song right there. Yes. Thank you, Sandy, for letting us play that, girl. You don't even
Thank
know.
you. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I definitely love it. I love it, love it, love it. That's my jam right there, y'all. So remember, it's Sandy C, and the song is called Nowhere. That's a great song, Sandy. So I usually like to end off all my musical segments with some fun questions for the artist. So you ready, Sandy?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Top 3 favorite singers.
Beyonce, Christina Aguilera, and I'm really into this new girl lately. Man, I'm gonna mess up her name, but it's like Isla.
Oh,
it's Iyla.
Oh,
Isla. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Iyla. She's pretty amazing. I like her stuff right now. She's a new artist that I just heard, so I'm really into her.
Cool. Okay. Okay.
Oh wait. Sorry, I have to give my props out to Usher too. That's my guy.
I love Usher too. Hell yeah! Shout out to Usher. Okay. So favorite R&B album.
Oh man, I like that Trey songs.
I like Trey songs too. Shoot. Okay, well, yeah.
Actually, I'll just have to go with, because I grew up on that album, and it's probably still my favorite album, would have to be Usher's Confessions.
Yeah.
Album.
It's one of my favorite
That was my
albums
jam.
too. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I grew up on that.
Okay.
So I have to say that.
All right. So last but not least, what's next for the lovely Sandy C in 2020?
I'm hopefully going to finish up both my albums that I've been working on, because I'm working on kind of like an R&B, but also like a little hip hop and kind of more of a soul jazzy kind of feel one too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hopefully going to finish both projects this year. That's my goal. And
when you do, hit me back up again. So, I can listen to that too.
I definitely will.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today, Sandy C, and blessing the mic. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
For sure. Oh, and tell everyone where they can hear your music at.
You can go on YouTube. I'm up on YouTube. I have Reverb Nation, SoundCloud. Look up Sandy C. Or I also do Sandy Moniz. Because, I don't know, that's my name.
Fair enough.
Sandy Moniz or Sandy C. That's, I got stuff everywhere, pretty much.
Cool. Okay. All right, guys, you heard it here. That was the lovely Sandy C. I also want to say a big thank you to all my listeners out there who tune in each and every weekend for the latest and hottest artists around the globe. If you guys enjoyed this show, leave a review on Spotify or a live voice message on Anchor FM. Thank you guys for listening, and see you all soon. Peace out and bless up.